While Caitlin is fantastic and I think she's going to have an incredible career in the WNBA, there are women that were worthy of coverage prior to her arriving, and I just will not be silenced when it comes to that.
Here we go again. Why is Caitlin Clark popular?
Caitlin Clark is only popular because she is white. That is a narrative that is very popular among the morons. Major moron, Monica McNutt, how she has a job, I absolutely know, at ESPN.
The one thing that I cannot deny is the amount of little girls that were showing up to follow her.
Why her?
Well, but she was a white girl from the middle of America.
You think anybody cares if Dejounte Carrington knocks Kennedy Carter on her ass? No. You think anybody cares if Angel Reese misses her next 6 layups, falls down, shows her ass, and claims sexism? No. We only care that Caitlin Clark is playing. We only care that Caitlin Clark is getting beat up. We only care that Caitlin Clark is hitting a deep three. We only care that Caitlin Clark is getting poked in the eye. Everybody else can poke everybody else in the eye. The reason we care because her game is something we have not seen.
Just when it seemed like the drama between Caitlin Clark and her media critics couldn't get any bigger, a surprising legal twist has shaken up the sports world. Caitlin Clark has officially filed a lawsuit against ESPN analyst Monica McNutt. According to the lawsuit, McNutt made racially charged false statements that damaged Clark's reputation, disrespected her fans, and tried to downplay the incredible growth of the WNBA. This move takes their ongoing feud to a whole new level.
Prevailing narrative that has been created around this season's WNBA play is that it's the league versus Caitlin Clark, and that is just absolutely false. It is unfair to the women that have been there building this league to this moment so that Caitlin Clark's popularity could take it to the next level.
I don't expect the race baiting to stop. I don't expect the hate to stop, the jealousy to stop, the sexism to stop, the bigotry to stop, the stupidity to stop. Because the people that tell you that Caitlin Clark is only popular because she's a white girl are full of shit. You either don't pay attention or you're too dumb.
For months, McNutt has hinted that Caitlin Clark's popularity has more to do with her race than her talent. She's described Clark as a white girl from Middle America who supposedly appeals mainly to young, suburban girls. This take suggests that Clark's rise is driven more by who she is demographically, rather than by her actual skills on the court.
People aren't spending 3 hours of their time to watch Caitlin Clark play basketball because they're racially motivated.
Now, Caitlin is pushing back, this time through the legal system. She's revealing what finally pushed her over the edge and led to this showdown. The tension has been building for a while, and now it's come to a head with this lawsuit. Here's what's going on.
Here's what Caitlin Clark said. Y'all come at me like this, I'm not doing any interviews with you. Y'all keep coming at it with these dumbasses, Monica McNutt. I'm done with you. I'm not doing interviews with you. We'll go play in the Unrivaled League, and let's see which league gets going. And then let's see where the hell we're at. Your dumbasses at ESPN want to get up there and be racist as hell towards me. I don't participate in racism. Next time I hear that bullshit, we ain't playing in the game that you're telling.
Is Monica McNutt really breaking down in tears behind the scenes? And how did things spiral from a media narrative to a full-blown lawsuit? We're taking a closer look at how this entire situation escalated, and what it could mean going forward.
Now, none of these women, Monica McNutt, they're either too arrogant or too stupid to understand that what they've said all along about Caitlin Clark is just simply wrong.
If it was because she was white, Sabrina Ionescu would have changed and brought the WNBA and turned it on its head. But she is not turning the W upside down on its head like Caitlin Clark is.
So whoever these people are, none of these women are going to come back and say, yeah, you know what? We might have been wrong about, well, she's a white girl and that's the reason she's so popular.
Get ready, because this could change the game in sports media. If you believe Caitlin Clark's success comes from her talent, not her background, drop CC 100% in the comments. Let's show that real success in sports should be about skill, dedication, and hard work, nothing else.
The women of the WNBA will continue their jealousy. They'll continue to hit, fight, knock Caitlin Clark on her ass, and Caitlin Clark's viewing will just go up, up, up.
The WNBA draft ticket prices have come out, and thanks to the Caitlin Clark effect, ticket prices have skyrocketed for the WNBA draft. In fact, they've doubled.
It all began during what seemed like a routine interview. Monica McNutt, a well-known ESPN commentator and WNBA analyst, appeared on a BBC segment to talk about Caitlin Clark's rookie season and the buzz surrounding her. But during that discussion, McNutt made a comment that lit the fuse, sparking major backlash and setting off a media firestorm.
But she was a white girl from the middle of America.
It's impossible for the women on television, the racist, sexist, to give Caitlin Clark, quote, her flower.
During the interview, McNutt said that Clark represented a lot to many people, not just because of her game or her personality, but because she's a white girl from the middle of America. That short, 7-word comment shifted the entire conversation and sparked a heated national debate about race, representation, and recognition in sports.
Caitlin Clark's game sells. Her attitude sells. She doesn't talk much. When she does, we pay attention. Has nothing to do with her being a white girl. It has to do with her game. It has to do with taking Iowa. Has to do with deep threes. Has to do with behind the back, no look passes. We're drawn to those type players. Black, white, green, or purple.
Monica did try to strike a balance, acknowledging that Caitlin Clark is talented, influential, and highly marketable. But her comments carried a deeper message, implying that Clark's popularity isn't just about what she does on the court. According to McNutt, part of Clark's widespread appeal also comes from her being white, which added another layer to the ongoing conversation about race and visibility in sports.
There's the two sides who think she is only popular and does have the notoriety and recognition that she does because she is white. There is the other side that says you guys are crazy, you're all jealous of her, and she is just talented.
Critics quickly pushed back, arguing that McNutt's comments made it seem like white fans were only drawn to Clark because of how she looks, not because of her incredible talent, leadership, or the jaw-dropping plays that earned her such a loyal fanbase. Many felt this take downplayed Clark's real achievements as an athlete.
Why have all these fans come to see Caitlin? And all the little suburban white girls have hopped on board because Caitlin Clark, she resonates with them more so than the angry black lesbians who dominate the WNBA.
Some pointed out the double standard in the conversation. They questioned whether it would be seen as controversial to say that young black girls look up to players like Angel Reese or Aya Wilson for their representation. Yet, when it comes to Caitlin Clark and her largely white fanbase, the discussion takes a different, more problematic turn.
I'm going to need all the race baiters who explain Caitlin Clark's popularity simply because she's white to explain why 10 million more people watched her last year than Paige Becker's, also white, this year. And a lot of people, of course, said she had Angel Reese as the villain. 18.9 million, the most ever. The 18.5 million did not involve Angel Reese. It involved USC. South Carolina. Guess who's this year game involved? That was 10 million down from last year. South Carolina. Two biggest names in college basketball this year. Actually, they were in this Final Four. They were in this championship game. And yet, the ratings tanked. The ratings were over 50% less.
The accusation was clear and pointed, going beyond just Caitlin Clark. Whether intentional or not, Monica's comments seemed to overshadow the many young girls who looked up to Clark. These little girls, wearing her jersey, making homemade signs, and eagerly waiting for selfies, were suddenly seen through a lens of racial bias. This didn't just hurt Clark, it also affected the thousands of families who came to enjoy the game and support a player they admired and believed in.
After the women's NCAA championship, viewership numbers were released where Clark and Iowa set a record for the 4 most watched games ever in the women's Final Four involved Iowa and Caitlin Clark. People are going to tell you that the reason Caitlin Clark was so popular in college was her rivalry with Angel Reese. But there is no Angel Reese. There was no Angel Reese. There was South Carolina. Angel Reese played at LSU.
While Monica likely thought she was highlighting an important issue of representation, many viewers took her message in a very different way. Her words seemed to suggest that Caitlin Clark's success wasn't due to her talent, hard work, or dedication, but rather the result of privilege. It framed her achievements not as a testament to her skill, but as something she gained simply by being white and from the Midwest.
There's just so much statistical data to prove why people are invested and interested and can't stop looking at Caitlin Clark. Like, she has broken a record for records. As a rookie, she has done things nobody else has done. Stats do not require race as a prerequisite. They just are what they are.
Tickets for Monday's upcoming WNBA draft have nearly doubled since last year. Attendees this year will pay $99 or more to sit in the lower tier. Last year, when Clark was drafted, the tickets were $50.
That's where the damage started, and Caitlin Clark was fully aware of it. Monica McNutt's comments didn't slip under the radar. They sparked a firestorm that quickly spread through the sports world. The reaction was swift and powerful, with a lasting impact felt across the community.
Stand up to bullies. You don't acquiesce. Because when you acquiesce or apologize, it will never stop. You stand up to bullies. You tell them go F themselves.
Soon after her interview aired, critics from all sides wasted no time condemning Monica McNutt. They accused her of race baiting, bias, and unfairly attacking a young woman who simply loves playing her sport. Voices from conservative circles, independent podcasters, and former athletes all spoke out, criticizing McNutt for bringing race into a conversation they felt it didn't belong in. Many even claimed she was trying to paint Caitlin Clark as a symbol of racial favoritism in women's sports, which only fueled the growing backlash against her comments.
And Caitlin Clark does have a further 3-point range than even Steph Curry, and that is just kind of bonkers. Think about how popular Steph Curry is. Caitlin Clark shoots farther away on average than he does.
It all comes back to Caitlin Clark's popularity. I believe it is based on basketball more than anything else. Look at what went viral from the Letterman clip, her playing basketball.
One sports analyst put it simply, Monica McNutt didn't just go after Caitlin Clark, she took aim at every young girl who sees Clark as a role model. Others felt McNutt went too far by linking race to something as pure as children cheering for someone they admire. By implying that kids had unconscious racial biases, she struck a sensitive chord. One commentator even called her remarks a new low, labeling them as bottom-feeder commentary, which only intensified the outrage surrounding the issue.
Caitlin Clark made the comments to Time magazine. Monica McNutt recently said on BBC, perhaps a big reason for Caitlin Clark's popularity is she's white and from the Midwest.
The Monica McNutt stuff, and specifically with this level of media, we're talking about with ESPN, their issue with Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark represents Trump America, MAGA America. They see her and they say, this is someone that everybody who roots for probably voted for Donald Trump, and I hate Donald Trump, and I hate those red hats, and I hate everything that represents to me. Because to me, that represents race.